Both seen and imagined objects' identity can be decoded. Information was differentially distributed for imagined and seen objects. The structure of representation was more similar during imagery than perception. Imagery and perception involve different dynamics across the ventral visual pathways. These are the highlights of article called Disentangling Visual Imagery and Perception of Real-World Objects by Sue Hyun Lee, Dwight J. Kravitz, Chris I. Baker. My name is Alexandria. I am an imagination and manifestation expert. I also am a visual and performing artist who have used my imagination for creativity and to manifest my desires. If you are interested or need some help tapping into your imagination to manifest your desires, I have a couple of books that you can use as guides that will help you to do those things. The links for those books will be in the description. I'm going to read the abstract of this article. During mental imagery, visual representation can be evoked in absence of bottom-up sensory input. Prior studies have reported similar neural abstrates for imagery and perception, but studies of brain-damaged patients have revealed a double dissociation, with some patients showing perceived imagery in spite of impaired perception and others vice versa. Here we use fMRI, which is functional magnetic resonance imaging scanner, and multivoxel pattern analysis to investigate the specificity, distribution, and similarity of information for individual seen and imagined objects to try and resolve this apparent contradiction. In an event-related design, participants either viewed or imagined individual named object images on which they had been trained prior to the scan. We found that the identity of both seen and imagined objects could be decoded from the pattern of activity throughout the ventral visual processing stream. Further, there was enough correspondence between imagery and perception to allow discrimination of individual imagined objects based on the response during perception. However, the distribution of object information across visual areas was strikingly different during imagery and perception. While there was an obvious posterior-anterior gradient along the ventral visual stream from seen objects, there was an opposite gradient for imagined objects. Moreover, the structure of representation, i.e., the pattern of similarity between responses to all objects, was more similar during imagery than perception in all regions along the visual stream. These results suggest that while imagery and perception have similar neural substrates, they involve different network dynamics, resolving the tension between previous imaging and neuropsychological studies. The link for this article will be in the description. I'm going to continue to read articles about the imagination, mental imagery. It's a fascinating study. If you found this video helpful in any way, like it, share with others. And if you would love to hear more of this type of content, please subscribe. Alexandria signing off.